We have all been there. You are in a meeting, or perhaps a heated discussion with a partner, and you are trying to make a simple logical point. You speak clearly, you provide context, but the person across from you completely ignores your logic. They take your words, twist them into something you never said, and then use that distorted version to attack you. You try to clarify, you explain, "No, that is not what I meant." You say it again, more slowly. They interrupt you, twisting your words even further. It is exhausting, it is frustrating, and it is a trap. Most people react to this by doubling down. We explain more, we provide more evidence, we hope that if we just find the right words, they will finally understand us. But here is the hard truth, they do not want to understand you. They are not listening to learn, they are listening to win. If you keep explaining, you are simply giving them more ammunition to twist. You are losing the moment you start defending yourself against a point you never made. There is a much better way to handle these manipulators. It is a simple, powerful, and incredibly effective communication reset that forces the other person to show their true colors immediately. The technique is deceptively simple. Stop explaining and ask them to repeat your point back to you in exactly one sentence. Imagine you are in an office setting. You are explaining a project delay to a colleague. You say, "I think we need to push the deadline by 2 days, because the data analysis is incomplete." Your colleague immediately pounces. They say, "Oh, so you are saying you are lazy and you just do not want to put in the work to finish on time?" They are baiting you. They want you to get defensive and start listing all the hard work you have done. Do not take the bait. Instead, stay calm. Look them in the eye and say, "Before I respond to that, please repeat what you think I just said in one sentence." Now, watch what happens. The person who is trying to manipulate you will often freeze. Their goal was to keep the confusion going, not to have a clear, honest summary. If they refuse to repeat it, or if they try to twist it again, you have your answer. You have successfully identified that they are not interested in a solution. They are interested in conflict. At that point, you do not need to say another word. You can simply say, "Cool, we are not aligned." And you walk away. By ending the conversation, you reclaim your power. You stop the cycle of manipulation before it drains your energy. This technique works because it forces the other person to either demonstrate that they were actually listening or admit that they are not interested in communication. If they repeat it fairly, you can move forward. You have built a bridge of understanding. But if they cannot, or they refuse, you have saved yourself from a circular toxic argument. This is not just about winning an argument, it is about protecting your mental space. When you refuse to play the game of constant explanation, you set a boundary. You are signaling that your time and your words have value, and you will not allow them to be distorted for someone else's ego. There is actually a secondary layer to this that makes it even more effective. It is called the stopping heuristic. When you feel the tension rising, try to repeat their stance back to them first. Ask, "So, if I understand you correctly, you are saying that the project deadline is more important than the quality of the data, is that right?" When you state their position to their satisfaction, you show that you are a rational communicator. If they still refuse to do the same for you, their dishonesty becomes glaringly obvious to everyone in the room. This makes it impossible for them to continue acting like you are the one being difficult. Using this method changes the entire dynamic of your professional and personal life. You stop being the person who is always apologizing or over-explaining. You become the person who demands clarity and respects the truth. Next time you feel like you are being played, stop. Take a breath. Ask them to summarize your point in one sentence. If they cannot do it, walk away. You will be surprised at how much peace of mind you gain when you stop trying to convince people who have already decided not to listen.